Hello, everyone. This is Real Lion Talk with another real moment. I'm going to cut to the chase and I don't want to be too long with this video. This is Candace Owens Farmer and her husband, George Farmer. And I would like for people who are on this fact check me, or at least try to. And when you research George Farmer, you'll find out about Jordan Farmer, a relative of his. You will find out why and how the Candace Owens farmer brand, has came into life. And started her crusade with a snowball with her lawsuit for what? Discrimination. Because she was a black woman. So let the big killer, and you can fact check me on that. It's public news. Even she don't hide from it. But because you don't understand the mindset or the concept of people who has been conquered and distracted and confused and have all the genders being placed. And what I mean by agenda, as long as it's the white male's agenda, everything's everything. The white male will give you the illusion that you're in charge or inclusiveness or it's a democracy. But it still caters to his mindset. You see how he looks at her as the puppet? But when you hear them talk, when he's talking, you don't see her interrupting him. You don't see her having that today's woman's vibe, talking about women equality or women rights or women equal. No. Like I told those who don't know, who struggle with this issue, alpha women or alpha mindset women follow alpha males. Beta women follow women. Case in point, Hillary Clinton. 54% of women voted for Donald Trump. They didn't vote for Hillary Clinton because alpha women follow alpha males. That is primal. But what they'll do is they'll have an agenda and make you think of that illusion. Now getting back to the point. Candace Owens' primary objective is this religious slash political view is to distract and confuse a particular demographic of people that's persuasion of ours to have this mindset that believe in equality. And there has never been a such thing as equality. It's an illusion of equality. Case in point, radical left think and feel the same way as the far right. Don't get confused with that Democrat Republican nonsense. Those for those who have bird brain or people who don't do enough research to understand this is what's happening. And a new phenomenon is if I can get people of their persuasion, if I can get people who think and act just like them to think my views, checkmate. I don't have to bitch that hard. Why? Because what women are looking at is, here is a woman of color that is so-called black woman, that's articulate, seems to know what you want, okay, a little easy on the eye, and she's pushing what? White supremacy. Who she's married to? A white supremacist. And what I mean by this, and this is what people need to understand, I'm not upset with them for being a white supremacist. I'm upset with them for not being fair. Because when you ask me, I'm a black supremacist. Meaning I'm only going to look out for my own, by my own, and for my own, point blank, period. But I'm going to be fair, meaning business and commerce. So if it's about my bottom line, only color I see is green. Only color I'm representing is green. I'm not going to prey on a different graphic. I'm not going to spew hatred. I'm not going to spew nonsense and radicalness and foolishness to distract them and corrupt them and confuse them and pluck them out. I'm going to do that. Why? Because an alpha male don't have to do that. But an insecure race who line off does that. Because what kind of ingenious thing I would do, talking about I'm pro this and that, I'm preying on someone who I view as not my opponent, or the playing field is not equal, or the playing field has been rigged from day one. And some of us does make it out But guess what? How many of us don't? And that's what Candace Owens is missing. That's why she got fried. Her behind got fried on the summit with T.I. and with my Jay Morris. He asked a big question. We need to stop talking about Democrat and Republican conservative because we need our own vote. We need our own political party where we can finance, we can the people we want to speak for us, the same way white supremacists do. They don't have to say anything. They get those who they pay to speak, and they sit there among you and laugh and grin and just shake their hand because they know what it's about. That's why a lot of them don't say anything. Why? Because they know in the long run it's for their people. What do they have? Armors with you, cool with you, break bread with you, play games with you. They understand that. That's why a lot of them don't speak. And a lot of their friends they have think and act just like this man on the camera. And that is the truth. Right? You never heard her speak anything for her people. Only thing she have ever talked or spoken on is white supremacy. She have never said what is the best uh, uh, um, uh, things that black women, black people can have. Only thing she telling us to do, convert into master. Think with master thinking, and the game will be better off. And talking about becoming racist, becoming a business, because that's what it is. So we can talk about the radical left, all of this other BS, that's nonsense. And that's for those who don't read and study. That's why I tell my brothers and sisters, the reason why a lot of things happen to us, because I understand we feel we don't need the need for that. That's why I tell people we need to have our own voice. Pay people to do the research for us. Because a lot of stuff happened to us because we don't pay attention. And they do things while we're sleeping or distracted or confused or you're doing this and that. They're plotting to destroy us and keep us under the foot. Because why? They know in life issues you're going to be worried about that. About what you should do and how you should do. But you should because these people are putting policies. Especially people that's not in position of privilege, which a lot of us not. So when you start hearing all of this religious nonsense, all of this garbage, because what it's all about, it's all about confusing corruption. Politics and religion is one of the same. Because what it's about? Money, influence, controlling people's mind, controlling people's thoughts. Talk not, you know what I mean? And notice it's another layer of distraction. It's another layer of confusion. It's another layer of one of the main reasons why we're having a hard time because why we got those who control TV and control media. This is what they're pushing: multiculturalism or a form of it. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Where are the black men? They don't exist. They will allow a black woman. Why? Because a black woman only nurtures life, not give life. Because George Farmer knows if they have children, those will be of his race. It ain't about skin color, it's about bloodline and blood ties. And I understand a lot of us don't know, and a lot of us don't care to know, but these are the things at the big boy table that need to be discussed, not at the kids' table, not at the kids' menu. And you have to understand why it's such a blackout for real men like me to speak on those things. Because why? The agenda is not for the black male. The agenda is for the white male. The white male is losing. So what is he going to do? He going to get our greatest ally, the black woman, and corrupt her and confuse her to make more sleeper bed wenches. Why? Because they know when it's all said and done, if you separate the black family, you separate the household, you separate the black community, and you see the carnage left behind. So all of this feminist movement, even Candace Owens knows is nonsense. She don't follow that nonsense because you ever notice when she's with her husband how she act. Most black women don't respond or act that way with their husband. Because why? She understand order. Now, the ones that do, they don't go for this now. They detest that stuff. There's a lot of that. But all of this stuff, you see all of this stuff, she's always with a predominantly white crowd because that's what she feel comfortable with. She don't feel comfortable with us. When she was on the summit, she was very uncomfortable because she couldn't speak freely about her master and her people, which is white people. She's long gone, man. Remember how she tried to manipulate Kurt and Larry Elder? All of these people are cooning for checks, man. That's all this is about. Soaking Diamond. They're cooning for checks, man. That's all this is about. Cooning for checks. But you saw how vigorously and that she went after, all of these people, of color. You know what I'm saying? And she couldn't deal with T.I. because T.I. is an alpha male. See, that's another problem that I seem to see the problem where most women, they don't have a like an affinity for black male that are alphas. Most of the men that are the Republican Party, they're betas. Why? Because if they understand what this means, don't make you not his enemy. Is once he accomplishes his objective, then he have no use for you. And conquer. Because as long as we confused and we're not thinking the same way, sit here and talk about lefty, righty. But guess what? The head of that bird is still white supremacy, white nationalism. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, man. It ain't about all of this nonsense. You know what I mean? And when she was on there speaking, she was speaking for white supremacy. She had the rest of the brothers and sisters that's misguided and confused on what side of the fence they should be on. Why? Because you constantly being bombarded with white supremacy. So they'll say Republicans is about money. No, it's about white people and privilege and money. Because here's the problem. You got white people that are poor. And they got to take one for the team. Ohio, one of the poorest states in the United States. And they are the largest in the food stamps, welfare, and all kind of subsidized housing. But no one's talk about that. No one dividing that. Why? Because here's the deal. As long as they keep the agenda is black fear. We're doing this, we're doing that. What the hell are we doing? Now, if you've been under a rock, you see all the black people being killed. Oh, but black people kill themselves too. You're absolutely right. I discussed that, and I will never hide from that. That is a fact. No one can defy that. But if you want to talk about black on black crime, let's talk about the root of those crimes. That's what you have to do. But you won't discuss that. You want to discuss the system. It's like going to the doctor and it's only subscribing for symptoms, but not the underlying cause of the illness. Because that's all they're doing. Now, excuse me. If we want to talk about black on black crime, then let's talk about the many causes of that. And let's talk about white on white crime. Let's talk about white domestic terrorism. Let's talk about white supremacy. Let's talk about politics that are openly racist. We ain't talk about the ones that's hidden, the ones that's openly racist. How many openly racist so-called black people in politics and religion? Or in law enforcement? Very few, if any. If anything, it's more self-hate than anything. Like Candace Owens. So miss me with that nonsense, man. Miss me with that foolishness with all that. Because the scale is not equal. All she put and all she heard from Brandon Tonham, all she pushed was white supremacy. Donald Trump, butt-licking, boot-licking, broken back, mountain spirit Negroes that are betas. That's it. Not no alpha. Because how can you be an alpha you speaking for somebody else? How can you? How can you talk about, she this, she that? She did nothing but speak for white supremacists. So, you know what I'm saying? That's it. So we need to understand who one's for. She's not for us. She's for white people. She's for all of the agenda that they have. She's pro-white and she's anti-black. Because why? Her is of white supremacy. It's of religion. All of that smooth, T.D. Jakes, what's that dude named Joel Epstein nonsense. But then when it come down to keeping the law, statute, commandments, knowing the Bible and doing the things of the Bible, not entrapment, not dealing with people's mind, careers, and livelihood. That's what they do. But you will never hear that from those people. Why? Because that's their mindset that they have. It's corruption and confusion. That's what people don't understand. That's her mission. That's her objective is seriously on point. Her objective is very effective because why? How can you despair more people of color who don't know? They don't know who to believe in. And the things they're doing is rigged from the get-go. The whole system is rigged. The whole jurisdiction system is rigged. The whole nonsense is rigged of equality. They giving you an illusion of equality. They giving you an illusion of things. But when you start see what everybody's talking about, because when she's talking black people, look what she said. I don't care about you because my husband is family members of. I'm no longer consider myself that. So we got to understand that this is the fight. So like, comment, and subscribe.